Yes.
We should tell no. Okay. Okay, no problem. Okay. Now, whenever you're using a Spring Core annotation, we have a three types of annotations. Three types of one is stereotype and add autowire and miscellaneous. Now we are going to teach stereotype annotation. Stereotype annotations is applicable for class level and interface level. Stereotype annotations are only one annotation, that is at the rate component. Under component, we have a at the rate controller, at the rate service, at the rate repository. Then before going to the controller service and repository, I want to take back to the first session. In that session, we have a layer approach. This is the three-tier architecture. This is the presentation logic layer, business logic layer, data access layer. In the business logic layer, we have a controller, we have a service, we have a data access layer. Data access layer is interacting with the database. Service is interacting with the data access layer, and controller is interacting with the service. Now I want to write a controller. For example, maybe employee controller. Now we are writing a employee controller. We can use at the rate component, it will work. Or at the rate controller, it will work. But what is the main difference between this and that? This is, it is indicates, it might act as a controller, it might act as a service, it might act as a data access layer. These three can act. I don't want to act like a service, act like a data access layer. Then you have to use at the rate controller. At the rate controller means whenever the request is coming, I am able to control this request wherever you're sending. I can manipulate the data to the particular service implementation. This control tells to the request. Now, what is the service? Service means class, employee, service, IMPL, implementation. That means if you're writing a great service here, that means you are writing a business logic in this class. Business logic in this class. When you're seeing anywhere in your thread service, that means that class contains business logic. When you're seeing any class, it has a controller, that class controlling the request. Now, one more interface is there, employee repository at the rate repo. Now, this can act as a data access layer, getting the data from the database and giving to the service layer. This can act as a data access layer at the rate repository. But one more thing also it will do, any DB exception, automatically convert into the Spring Boot exception or Spring exception. Spring exception. These are the annotations coming under stereotype. Now we got it right. What is the component? Component is super annotation. Under that, we have a three annotations. What is controller? One is service. Second one is repository. Each one have its own priority. When we are adding a direct controller, that means that can act as a controller layer. It's any request is coming to the class, it act as a controller. When you're writing a service, that means this class can act as a or writing a business logic inside the class. Maybe you can write a business logic. When your class annotated with at the rate repository, your class can convert our interface can convert DB exception to the Spring Boot exception or Spring exception, and it does not have capability to service layer does not have capability to read the data from the database. So you're using a direct repository annotation on behalf of data access layer. These are the annotations in core. In the core, we have only three types. One is what? Stereotype annotation. Not stereotype annotation, then second annotations are auto-wire annotation. Auto-wire, auto-wire annotations are two types. At the rate, auto-wire, at the rate, qualifier. At the rate auto-wire, at the rate qualifier. At the rate auto-wire is using to inject the object or bean into context. That means if you're using a direct auto-wire in the variable level, that object, you can inject the object into context or application context or bean factory. At the qualifier when to use. This is bit difficult to understand now. Maybe I'll tell you later classes because it will come the ambiguity. That time only we need to use at the qualifier. At the qualifier. Now miscellaneous annotations. Some of the miscellaneous annotations are there. Okay. And that in miscellaneous annotations are in different types. What is that? In that we have a at the rate I, at the rate B, at the rate at the rate value, at the rate post constructor, at the rate pre constructor, all things will be there. Maybe one by one I'll teach. I cannot teach you guys. Miscellaneous annotations. Okay, that is the third annotation. They are defining miscellaneous annotations in Spring. But in this Spring, right, we have so many types. Three types miscellaneous, and the annotations at the rate value, at the rate at the rate value, at the rate beam, at the rate primary, at the rate constructor, at the rate post constructor, POST post, CONST constructor, pre-destroy, pre-destroy, at the beam, at the rate value. I think so. These are the five. So many is there, but I can write as of now five. When you're using, you'll get to know some other annotations also. Pre-destroy and post constructor. I think so. At the rate name, at the rate inject also coming. I think so. Injector. Mm, this is enough. That is a miscellaneous annotations. Now today we already talked about some of the annotations. What is that? First is at the rate component. Component is a super annotation. Under that we have a controller, we have a service, we have a repository. You know where to use, when to use all. Auto-ware annotation, at the rate auto-ware, at the rate qualifier. That auto-ware is injecting the object into the context. Miscellaneous annotations. Miscellaneous annotations are at some of at the rate bean, at the rate value, at the rate bean, at the rate primary, at the rate inject, at the rate post constructor, period destroy. Maybe one by one I'll tell. At the rate bean. For example, I want to create an object, employee object into context. We can't create the employee is equal to new employee. It's a Java object. We can't do that like that if you want to inject to the application context. Then how to use at the rate bean? You have to write a public employee get employee is a method, then return new employee. This way, we need to create a bean so that this bean will inject the object into application context. Now, this application context will create a bean, employee bean with the name of get employee or employee of. This is the name by creating. That is a one way of creation of the bean. How many ways to create a bean we can using? I already told you at the rate setter injection, at the rate constructor injection, setter injection, constructor injection, interface injection, and at the rate bean, at the rate auto. These are the five types is there. Interface we are not gonna use because that is a structure. Now we can use setter, constructor, bean, auto. Now, at the rate value. I want to get the value from properties file. Properties file, then we have to use at that value. At that value can use only field level. Field level. No, sir, I'm not able to understand what is the field. Now just you can go ahead with this. If you have access or if you have like I think so, I don't know. You'll get the at that value or not, but you'll see. Because we are not using Spring MVC project that is called Marvin project, right? You won't get that. When you're using Marvin project, you'll get that time I'll show you what is the field level classes. Okay. Primary, for example, which bean I want to execute first. For example, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 databases. Database 1, database 2, database 3. I want to, whenever the starting the application, you need to tell to the Spring context or Spring Boot application, hey, which one is the default? Spring cannot know, or Spring Boot cannot know, or application cannot. You have to add at the rate primary, so that at the rate primary, so that it will give the first priority this being this Oracle, MySQL, Postgres, DynamoDB, and maybe MongoDB. If you're using Oracle data source as at the rate primary, then your first default data source is Oracle. That type of situation we have to use at the rate primary. At the rate post constructor pre-destroy. After completed creation of constructor, I want to create some other things, some other objects, then you can use post constructor. I want to destroy some object before destroying the destroy method being life cycle, we have to use pre-destroy. Pre-destroy. These are the some of the annotations we learned today. And tomorrow, what we will do, tomorrow we will talk about what is a setter injection, what is a constructor injection, what is a auto where. Okay, let's setter injection, auto where, and being anyway I already thought, but anyway, these are the types and difference between this one topic. And second is SPRING Spring Core annotations done. Annotations done. Now we'll talk about tomorrow Spring MVC annotations. After that, Spring Boot annotations. JPA or Hibernate annotations. And JPA or Hibernate annotations. LYMB, okay. Lambo annotations and async annotations. ASYNC, async annotations. That is means merely parallel annotations, transactions annotations. What happened again? Spring Boot, REST service? No, you need to add REST service annotations. REST service annotations. Once this is completed, once this, take a picture and push into the group, okay? Once this is completed, I gonna start you guys Spring Boot. If you know this all annotations, Spring Boot is very easy because they have only the annotations minimization and all is there. Okay. Now tomorrow what I gonna teach core annotations is done and Spring MVC annotations and Spring Boot annotations and above thing about what is that setter injection and constructor injection, auto injection and it's called uh, bin. Okay. Maybe I think so. Otherwise, what we'll do today? What is the time now? Hmm. Okay, some time is there. I think so. What is the time now? Okay, 10:05. Okay, I think so. Today, I'm gonna teach you one more topic called small examples of uh, programming. Anyone knows? Anyone knows about Fibonacci series? Just I want to teach you 10 programs how to think and write. Okay, I'll start you guys. You add two numbers. You add a swap two numbers. Swap it two numbers. This, if you know how to swap two numbers, A is equal to, for example, 10. B is equal to 20. I want to convert A to 20, B to 10. How to do? Now what you need to do? First you have to think it. A, for example, this person is there, this person is there. A is given to the B. That means A, how much is that? 10. Again, B, how much? 20. Now, A is has 30. Now, A should give to the B 10. Then whenever you are giving to the one person to another person, we have to do what? Plus. After that, you are giving to the B, then we have to use minus. That means A is equal to A plus B. A is 30 now. Now, B value, when it is coming, what we need to do? A minus B. Because you're giving, right? That is, now see, A plus B how much? 30. 30. Now this is forget it. Think like a different way. Now how much A is 30? A is 30. Now B how much you need? B 20 you need, right? Am I correct? Okay. Now B is, because A is how much? Sorry, A is how much? A is 10, B is 20. Now A plus B 30. Now A value, how much is there? A value 30 is there. But A should come how much? A should come how much? Okay. A value 10, B value 20. Instead of, okay, I'm only thinking some different things. Wait. A small program I want to teach within a programming manner I thought of, but anyway, I'll tell you. Now we have a person. This is the one, this is the one person. A is 10, A, this is the B guy, this is A guy 20. Now I am giving to him. Then what happened? Now he is giving back to this guy 20. Then minus. First you need to do operation as a plus. A is equal to A plus B. Now A is equal to A plus B. Now A value how much? 30. B value how much? 10 only. Right. Now I need to give you B is equal to A minus B. Now B value previously 10. 10, 13 minus 10. Now B value how much? 20. Now B value 20. Now what happened? B value we got a 20. Now A value we have a 30. Now I want A value, right? A value how much I want? I want 10. That means A is equal to again A minus B. Now B is 20, A is 30. How much will come A? 10. This way we have to think about logic. Okay. Now what we need to do? First you have to do addition. Next you have to do subtraction. Okay. What is called? So minus you have to do and plus you have plus symbol is addition and subtraction we can do minus. Okay. Whenever you're doing a subtraction, what happened? The two times you need to do subtraction. Okay, this is a simple example. You have to think this way. We have a homework like that. One more thing I can say, Fibonacci series. Fibonacci series x is equal to 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2 plus 3, 3 to 5, 5 to 8, like that it will come. I can say simple example. Don't do any hurry. X is equal to 0, y is equal to 1, z is equal to 0. X, Y, Z you can write. X, Y, Z you can write. Y is equal to Z, Y next to Z, Z next to X. You can put like that. It will work your logic. That means don't think much. You can declare a X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z, Y next to Z, Z next to X. Equal to plus. You can try this example in your what is called today this way, easy logic. No need to think about that. X, Y, Z you can write, X, Y, Z you can write. Y next Z, Z next to X. That's it. This is the way of writing a simple, programming. For example, any for associate going to the other company, right? I'm gonna teach you this kind of, easy way of programming. Okay, maybe I'll write it for you guys. Okay, Fibonacci series, so that you can understand. We see. We AXAMBLA, okay. Duck, duck. Not past PSVM. Into X equal to 0. And into into Z is equal to 0. It's not 1. Now I want for into I is equal to 0. I is less than is equal to maybe 6 Fibonacci series. I want I plus plus. Now what I told you guys, X, Y, Z I want to write. Then what I told you, X is equal to Y plus Z I told you. After that what I told you, Y is equal to Z and Z is equal to X. Now I gonna I think so X. This is not the correct example. Just I'm trying to how to achieve this in debug mode. Now I'll run it. First I'll run it. Now we got the wrong answer. See, 1, 1, 2, all the things is coming. See, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, that's it. It came. But something is the problem here. See, it's came. But where is the 0? See, I agree. You will get selected in any company because you're writing any very faster because XYZ right, XYZ right, YZ, that's it. Anyone cannot write this much fast. They'll think but you're writing it very smart. But this is wrong is here. 0, where is 0? I want 0 right. Then what we need to do? This you can put it mm, like that. We'll see what will happen. It's also not working. It's also not working. Then what I can put? Can I put Z? You have to try this way. Or else now I'll do debug and I'll get to know which one is now I think it's working. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3. It's 0 also. This is the best way to write a Fibonacci series. Very easy, very easy. See, Fibonacci series, some people are very confused. No, I don't know Fibonacci series and all, right? It's very easy. Just you can write down. Just you can write down. Oh, sorry. X, Y, Z. X next, Y next, Z. Y next, Z. Z next, X. Did, did, did plus X is equal to 0, Y is equal to 1, Z is equal to 0. System dot out dot println Z. That's it. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. Coming. This is a very easy logic. Okay. You can by heart it, no problem for me. Okay. But what we need to do, we have to give a proper solution to them. This is just right. Very easy program. I thought today two programs, right? One is like swap two numbers. Second one is Fibonacci series, very easy. Swap also very easy. I told you one diagram, and you're giving this money to him, and you're plussing and minusing. That's it. I think so. You got it me right. It's a uh, how to write a program, how to think. Okay, this way we can write very easy. Tomorrow maybe I'll give you one more program called swap and reverse integer. Swap two numbers without using third variable. I already taught you, but anyway, without using third variable, you can see. Okay, this is the what actually I'm gonna teach. Maybe I won't teach much programs, 10 programs only. If you want more programs, I have my GitHub. My GitHub, I wrote so many programs. If you want, you can go ahead and maybe I wrote almost plenty of programs I wrote. Mm, sorry, I wrote so many programs. Maybe I'll give you the GitHub programming so you can write it down. Okay. I think so. Today class is done. Maybe you have any other questions? Maybe you can ask me tomorrow class. Thanks, team. Yeah, maybe tomorrow we're gonna teach you guys remaining concepts. Okay, I'll stop recording. Thanks. Bye bye.